What I'm doing, again, this is all about planning. There's a couple of pinch points going on. The first one is this white building here with its reflection. I love that. The second one is this real puffy bit of pink, whatever it is, straw, hay, grass, whatever. And if you look at it, there's dark behind, which is painting it in the negative. That's important. The other thing that's important is the shadows. You got dark, you got that sliver of dark, and then you got real dark here and light. That light shouting out is as important as the dark. That is really light because it's sitting next to things that are really dark. This is what values are all about. Values are the most important thing in watercolor painting. It's about values. This is all soft. There aren't many values over here because it's all distance. So it's all much of a muchness. So what you got to do is get your blue on, get your blue down here and almost turn those mountains into blue. So it all becomes a bit of a backdrop. It's a lovely backdrop. Don't start detailing. Don't try and put that little, oh, look, it's a bit of field. Oh, look, there's a bit of dark there. Oh, look, there's a little bit of, don't start doing that. If you can stop doing that now with things that are in the distance, it will stick with you forever and you'll always paint, you'll always keep distance soft. Okay, first one, let's draw this first, I think, because Edward Weston probably would have drawn. I could do it without drawing, but I just want to get some bits together. I start on the left as I do. That's up here, about there, comes up. It's about there. That's that sort of tree here. There's a house. Always verticals, vertical, vertical. Something by it. It's coming out. Some rocks in the water here. That's it. Then we come again, a real straight horizontal. It's sort of a bit central, but we got that off balancing, offsetting, which works well. We've got a big sort of tree here. Mountains. Over here, that bit comes over there, a bit there, maybe a bit higher. So we just need to find a rubber. You can always correct, you know. This is what I sometimes don't like drawing at all, but anyway. Then we got ourselves here, we've got those bushes I was talking about, sort of coming here, road. You've also got, if you look at your reference, everybody's got this reference here. Down the bottom here, there's some rocks. Could be interesting. You've also got some of this bush coming up over here. And then you've got stuff. I don't know, just stuff. I'll come to that later. A lot of it is you're drawing it just as a bit of a guide to where you will go eventually. So this is important here. Got this coming around. This is green. Then it all loses itself in here. There's a bit of a tree coming out of there. I don't want to do every branch because I'd rather paint it with a brush. You know, you just show roughly where the tree is, but when you come to do all the other bits, you don't draw every single, you know, that one and that one and that one. Why would you do that? Because you're going to have to go again. It's better just having the main trunk. So roughly where there's that bit comes down here. And then over here, you've got this other tree coming out. This comes around the corner there. That's green. There's something going on over there. There's a light. Make sure there's some light up. And there's some. I'm here now. The drawing's always a bit of an approximation, but it just sort of coming down about here. Right, that's sort of it. I'm a bit skew with it. I need to just. It's all a bit not very good. Got me. Having said, get your verticals nice and square. I'm sort of looking at it online. It doesn't look, it does now. Right. Okay. Right. What sort of? Not too bad. I think, if anything, if you look at this, this is quite a squeeze coming here. Comes right across. On my one, I'm a bit deep. I'm a bit higher up, and you have to work out, is that going to affect things? Will that? I don't think so. I think I'll get away with that. Would it make a difference if that was squeezed down? It would maybe give us a bit more sky. That would come down. You're almost, there's a person there. You just go up from that. That person needs to come down. I'm not going to change it now because I've already drawn it. But again, it's all about the painting rather than the accuracy at the moment. But let's get a big brush. This is real fat. I had this for a long time. This is my Da Vinci Spin Synthetic. I bought this. I don't know whether you guys have done it. I bought this a long, long time ago, and I thought, oh yeah, number 6, that would be small. It ended up being enormous, and that's because certain makes. I mean, this is like a number 4 Da Vinci, and what a difference! I mean, it's enormous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the paper this time and get a nice wet in wet. Bring that down into the lovely wet down here as well, but making sure I don't get any of that water over the white part of the building, that pinch point building, which is really quite important. That has got to sit out white. That's really important. But I will bring that down to the edge of the water's edge, just there. Again, you can do wet in wet or wet on dry, whichever way you want. Get a brush and let's get some bit of verditer blue, or it could be cerulean blue. I might use both. It's a bit of verditer. I'm not following this cloud all blue with the tiny clouds. References are there to inspire you. They're not for you to copy as a camera or photocopy. We don't want to necessarily do that. Doing this pretty strong verditer here. Then I'm going to go for a little bit of cerulean here. And it's just keeping it, making sure you leave lots of white. Don't, because otherwise it's really wet. It will start to spread. You'll have hardly any cloud at all. I'm going to come down here now. Okay. You could, if you wanted to, just get some alizarin, just a tiny little bit of French, tiny bit of French, just a little bit of purple in there. See, there's a little hair on there. You don't try and move it now. Leave it until it's dry and then flick that hair off. If I do it now, I'll start to mark the paper. I'm now going to put my earth colour in. We've done the sky colours. Now we're going for the earth colours. So raw sienna, as I do, as a base colour at least. Try not to touch the blue, because if I do, it will just leak. And I don't mind having a bit of an edge. But not on the rocks though. I don't want earth colour on the rocks. I want those to be blue, as rocks are. Coming up here. Get some green. Always look, this part of the painting always looks incredibly naive, doesn't it? It looks sort of childlike almost. Just put a little bit of yellow in there. That's green, then it sort of goes a bit more yellow. Do I really need to follow that? Well, I need to ring the changes a little bit. And then over here, again, keep this sort of tone going. Yeah, it's first wash time. Just need a little bit of orange. Why orange? Well, this just looks a bit all burnt sienna or something in there. I don't know. Is it important? I don't know. Yeah, it sort of captures the. Come round there again in a minute anyway. Just. And what about that path? It looks a bit of blue. Warm. in with that alizarin, get a sort of neutral grey. That's it. So we're just putting down our base colours. Alizarin, not too much. I don't want it going. Yeah, nice, nice. Just keeping that fairly flat. Lovely. That's all there is to it. And when you look at it, there's a lot going on. There's sort of bits of red, little bits of green. Do you really want to get involved in all that? Do you have time? I don't. Got other things to do. Anyway, just going to get a little bit darker with this one. Oh, I don't know. Shoot brushes. See, that wouldn't happen with a Klinsky sable. That would not come out like that. Keeping the integrity of that house. Oh, is that somebody's doorbell?
It's a clock.
It's a clock, is it? Okay. It's Big Ben sound, isn't it? So
yes, it is.
it is. Just going to get a little much lighter here, just a little. I'm going to take these pencil lines off at some point. Oh, that's really annoying me, that thing in the sky there. That's like, that shouldn't happen. Set. Again, with the, just leave a bit of a gap. And just do a quick mirror image. I know it all looks a bit simple, but strangely, certain things are sort of simple. Just breaking that up a little. Yeah. And that's all you, in your own style. You do that in your own style and just keep it really, really simple. At the end, I'll show you the one I did on Monday where I tried really hard to try and match this. And I didn't like it. And I told the students as well, I said to them, I don't sort of like it. I don't know why. It's not quite, it's not as I sort of would have liked. Just put a little bit of... Oh. Right. Going to Put in some of this. Do I need red? Do I really need that red in that tree? I don't know. I'll go for green. Getting real simples. Quite light. And then here, just a little bit of red. Light. So it's just nice and light, nice and light. Just to it, nice and light. So get some orange, mixing orange with that sort of red stuff that was there, so I can get a little. That's not enough. A bit of orange. Now here. See, orange always goes well, especially against blue. Where you got blue, the cooler blue, and then the warmth of orange. Always nice. I'm looking in here. I mean, there's a lot of complexity going on in here. A lot of this little section here is quite important because you've got this dark, leaving that in the negative. Like that. Just the old trick, isn't it? The old trick, we've seen this before. You notice I'm not going all over the place. I'm retaining light, 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 light. I keep retaining light. But as we can get some darker greens now, I just want a little bit of, I don't like this brush. Oh, really? So you're trying a new brush. The light's coming this way. Because you've got all these shadows. So these shadows are gonna, you know what's going to happen at the end, and magic time. Yeah, the shadows are coming. The shadows are coming. So it comes near the foreground. This is just a bit of calligraphy. That's all. I'm drawing with a brush. There's a little sort of, I don't know what's going on there. There's a little. That is that. If you look at your reference, there's a little something. In a excuse me. In a watercolor, certain things are more important than others. You know, this bit over here, we're done. It's a done deal. It's finished. But over here, we started to travel further. I just need to get some. The super darks to come. Yeah. I'm now going to start getting to. I just need some sepia. A little bit of green. So I get quite a strong, slightly darker value now. A bit of blue in there. I'm sort of looking. I'm doing a general. Just look. I know it looks a bit. Well, it is a bit dark, but it's the way I sort of want it. Tell you what, I'm just gonna. I think I've come down just a little bit too far. That's better. Just came down a little bit too far there. The negative. It's stronger here. Still a bit wet. This is a tricky bit. It's really got to be still wet down there, but. And again, I don't want to be too detailed. I don't want to try and put in too much detail because that's when it starts looking naff. You know, Edward Wesson would have just captured it with a brush very quickly. And I'm trying to do the same. It's just needs more orange. Just want a little bit of rigor work there, I think. Just a few marks. That's all. That's got to dry. It's all getting a bit wet there. Rigor. A bit of sepia, a little bit of blue. Sepia is the darkest warm colour, and French ultramarine is one of the darkest cool colours. I could have used some indigo, but I don't want to introduce another colour. I want to keep my colour range sort of fairly together, fairly close. Otherwise, I end up with a bit of a dog's dinner. So I'm just pushing that down a bit, getting some strong values now. Yeah, don't overdo this bit. This is a bit that I tend to overdo. You don't want to do that. Again, look at Edward Weston, the way he does it. They're just little bits in between, just here and yon, just now and again. A bit there, maybe a bit here, a bit down there. Just looking up here. A couple of marks. Just keeping it light, try not to overdo it. Yeah, no, it's hard, isn't it? So it's hard not to go bonkers, and there's so many different ways of painting foliage. Um, just going to get a little bit of blue now. Oh, strong, isn't it? Strong. Nice bit of blue, tiny bit of alizarin, tiny. I'm running a little bit here, but I don't mind. I don't mind that. Thirsty brush, just lift out a bit. So I've got the thirsty brush where it was, see what I did there? Just, it was all beginning to because it was still wet. Remember, I'm a pigment pusher, not an artist. I push pigment around, I put it down, I move it around, and I lift it off with the thirsty brush. I don't mind it all breaking up a little bit there, don't mind that. Just take some off that side, some off that side. Diffuse that a little bit. See, I'm just lifting out, just diffusing. See that? That's diffused. Nice. We've got, remember that bush in the negative there? There it is. That house over there. There are more windows, but I can't be asked. Not at the moment. I might go later on. You've got to see how it feels, really. Let's do the magic time dark. We all like doing this, don't we? So this is the bit that brings it to life. You know, you've got all your detail in everything, but you want some really, really strong shadow time now. That's just about, if it's not fully dry, it's going to bleed a little bit. Sometimes I don't mind the bleeding. It helps the lost and found element. Everybody still with me? Yeah, good. Obviously enthralled. What's going on? And if people want to just hang on a little bit later, I'll just show you some of the other stuff that I've done if you want to see it. I'm going for a sable because there's a little bit in here. There's a little bit of, it's a bit needy in there, and I need to get that this bit sort of right where the shadows are. So I've got to mix up a nice big dollop, a lot of pigment, water, alizarin, more water, back to French, more water. I just need it. I need loads. There's a lot of dark going on over here. It's sort of dry. It's sort of dry. No, it's not dry. I mean, it's not dry, it's wet. Anyway, can't do much now. The other strong in there. Right, I'm going to start looking around here. It's quite some. See, that light really stands out, isn't it? That white there. Do you see what I'm doing here? This is the last bit you would do of the painting. It's the very last. Yeah, are you with me? Are you with me? Critical mass. Absolute critical mass going on here. It's the bits that make painting sort of interesting. Lovely, lovely. I'm loving this. Glad you didn't go. Good. Lifting out a little bit. here and there. Just going to get a bit darker, I think. That. It's nice. That's done. That's done. That's got that nice. So we followed. We've got the light in here, light there. We've got this bit of light here, and in the negative, the path going off. You've got your nice rich colours. A bit of a cloud there, don't mind that. That'll do. Didn't like that spot on there. That's finished. That is about done.
Join me on Zoom to learn all the watercolour secrets.